Canopy. Class 5. English. Lesson 1. The Missing Bat. Dear students, you might have missed many of your belongings since your childhood, such as your books, crayons, pencils, or socks. This happened because you were a child. But do you know that as people become older, they start missing their things too? This story is about an old man who suddenly became forgetful, thinking that he had missed his bat. This story has been penned down by Vaishali Shroff, a writer, editor, and storyteller. She has written many short stories for the Chicken Soup books, and she also runs a children's storytelling club in Pune, India. Her stories reflect her love for traveling and her experiences with children. The Missing Bat is a story of Abdul Rahman Chacha, who owned a big cricket bat factory in Sangam near Srinagar. Chacha was an old man with a hunchback. He would always tap his walking stick as he tried to see what his workers in the factory were doing. One of the workers at the factory, called Amir, had a son named Ahmed who stayed with him at the factory every day after school. He would love to stare at all the tall cricket bats. Each time his father shaped the cricket bats with his machine, Ahmed loved to grip them by its handle and swing it in the air with his wrist. Chacha used to be furious at Ahmed and would ask him to keep the bat in place. Chacha never trusted his workers, so he used to count the number of bats in his warehouse every evening after they left. He would also count them every morning as he loaded the bats onto the truck. One fine morning, when Chacha opened the warehouse, he found that one bat was missing. Can you imagine how furious he was? The bat was the biggest, lightest, and the best one of all, and Chacha had admired it very much. That afternoon, Chacha made the workers stand in a row and asked everyone about the missing bat. The workers looked down and shook their heads because they were very scared of Chacha when he was angry. Chacha then suspected Amir's son Ahmed, but Amir replied that Ahmed was not well that day and didn't come to the warehouse. All of a sudden, one of the workers began to giggle. Chacha was more furious. But this time when he shouted again, all the workers burst into laughter. They all said that they have found the bat. But Chacha thought it was a joke. His worker Amir, who was a little embarrassed, pointed at Chacha's walking stick. The poor old Chacha looked at his walking stick and found that he was actually holding the missing bat. Looking at his forgetfulness, Chacha too had a hearty laugh. So now, children, you would have remembered your grandparents forgetting their belongings at home, right? What all do they forget? Think of some. Think of a few things. Or ask them and see what they say.